Kate, we were talking about Halloween costumes.
Oh.
And how you don't know what you need to be.
Yes.
And I think...
Correct.
What you should be is what I sent you on Instagram, which is the two bullies from Hocus Pocus.
This is Ernie. This is Ice. Oh my God.
I want you to go to the barber and shave Ice in the back of your head.
That's a lot. I guarantee you, Bridge, like, this is very topical because we've been every day of this month, listeners, we've been doing our 31 episodes of Halloween. And I guarantee you our Hocus Pocus episode, we made a joke about that where we were like, that could be our, like you and me could be that. And then I think somehow Mary was roped in the conversation and you were like, Mary could wear a swim cap and you could write Ice on the back and then I would be the other guy. I'm like, I mean, it's pretty good costume.
That. And you just walk around with shoes. You're just holding people's shoes, right?
Well, and
that's what they would steal.
I feel like there's like so many choices on good costumes.
The context is not that you're like going to a friend's party. The context is you're going to a middle school and you have to like,
elementary.
Elementary school.
Yeah.
And you have to find the thing the kids like, but also, you know,
the kids got to recognize it and it's got to be school appropriate. And is Hocus Pocus elementary school appropriate? No. They talk about virgins, you know, there are boobs, yabos, if you will.
Yabos.
People don't forget the yabos. So I don't know. Oh, you know what I'm thinking of now? What about if I did that E.T. costume that I sent you?
Oh my God, yes. Do they know E.T.?
Oh, probably not. Never mind. I'm sure some of them are afraid of it. So, see.
I wish it was not so intense. I would send you my Monsters, Inc. costume. Because I bought the most intense one. I bought the most intense Sully costume for James. Loved it. And every single person I talked to this year, I'm like, do you need a Sully costume? And they all laugh at me. They're
You're like,
no.
try to get rid of it.
I'm like, okay. I just feel like I only used it once.
Well, do you want to talk about what you're going to be this year?
I tried.
You said it was like was it a blue dinosaur?
It's dictated by the 2-year-old.
Uh-huh.
And it's a red dinosaur. And I need to explain to you.
Excuse me.
The research.
Yes. Oh.
The research was, Kate, let's go to Target. Okay, girl? We got to indoctrinate you early. Let's effing do this.
Let's hit up the Starbucks. Let's get in the car.
Let's do it. So we went all throughout the Halloween costumes. There was Bluey. There was Peppa Pig. There was endless options to pick. I was very impressed, Target, with the Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
She wanted none of them.
Oh.
Okay. So then we get home and I'm like, okay, let's talk more about this Halloween costume because I have a friend's party that's coming up earlier than Halloween and we gotta wear something. So I was scrolling through Amazon with her and I'm like, what do you think? Like I just Googled toddler costumes.
Oh boy.
And she stopped me and was like, right there. And I was like, the dinosaur? She's like, the red dinosaur. And I was like, okay, anything else? Any other theme you might want? Nope, the red dinosaur. So I said, okay, fine. I bought her that. Me and James, I bought us onesie red dinosaurs. No one understands what we are. We're going to roll into a party and everyone's going to be like, what the hell are you? I'm going to say, we're red dinosaurs. And then they're going to look at me the way you're looking at me. And I'm just going to say, you know what, Kate, I threw in the towel this year. I wish I would have tried harder.
Okay, but there's still hope because what if you dress up as Laura Dern from Jurassic Park and then James is...
So we have those costumes because we did that when she was a baby.
Oh, yeah!
But like... Jurassic Park doesn't have a red dinosaur, no?
It's fine. It's fine. She doesn't know that.
Laura Dern.
They're just
I do have an epic blonde wig.
You do. Dr. Sage Wisdom. People don't forget. Oh my God.
Sisters who've seen it. We are the sisters who've seen it. Sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters, sisters who've seen it.
Hello.
Hello, Scooby.
Scooby-Doo, where are you? Oh, iconic. That's this movie and characters.
Is it? Is it?
Oh, I thought so. No. Listen, Scooby-Doo, the cartoon, was like gateway horror for kids. And raise your hand if you watched it. I watched the cartoon.
Katie's raising her
It
hand
was me.
For those
it's
who
me.
can't see us.
Scooby-Doo equals X-Files equals Goosebumps equals Are You Afraid of the Dark? Okay. All right, but we got to get into it. And also, hello, listeners. I blacked out. I don't know if I said hi to you. Hey.
It's a mystery.
Or it's a mystery that we may or may not solve. Okay, let me introduce ourselves because we're not crime-solving teenagers, which is a weird. It's a weird concept. Okay, but we are the Sisters Who Seen It, the podcast where two sisters who are not movie critics look back on some of our favorites throughout the years through a psychological, ethical, and familial lens. I'm Katie.
I'm Bridget.
And I already said this, but I'm going to say it again. Scooby-Doo, where are you? Rover here.
The 2002 one and only? Did they make sequels of this?
Oh, God, no. Oh, yeah, wait, there was one. There was one live action sequel with all these people.
This is Scooby-Doo. And Katie, growing up, we had the best dog ever.
Oh, we
named
did.
Scrappy Doo.
Okay.
And I did not realize the evil, origin story of Scrappy Doo that was my childhood favorite dog ever.
I don't think that's,
Yikes.
canon. I think I will talk about the writer of this movie, but they had a vendetta against the cartoon puppy, and I don't like it. Okay, they did Scrappy Doo dirty.
Do I have to do the synopsis?
Oh, I thought it was my synopsis.
It is!
You did the witches.
I did?
Yes.
Okay, love it.
I think.
Thank God.
Maybe not. Listen, I'll do it. I'm ready. Ready to go. Okay.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Doo, where are you?
Uh-oh.
Somewhere. Ooh, now. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Yes, listeners, this is a live action adaptation of the Hanna-Barbera cartoon Scooby-Doo. And if you don't fucking know Scooby-Doo, get out from your rock. Just, say hi to a person in real life, and, get educated. It's about...
Why are you yelling at her?
Sorry. It's about mystery solving. They are teenagers, but I feel like in this movie, they're more young adulty. Because they're we have jobs and we can drive a car. And I'm like, okay. But let me describe the characters. Okay, and you'll get a feel for what's going on. We got the main character, Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo is a Great Dane. For all you dog lovers out there, he's a dog.
Oh, the dog lovers.
He's a dog. He's a tall dog. And he can talk.
Robbie.
The dog is talking with a speech impediment. But it's fine, because magic. Unfortunately, because this is a live-action adaptation, Scooby-Doo the dog is not a real dog or a practical effect dog. He is a CGI dog, and it's so sad, because...
It's horrible.
I feel a lot of the downfall in this movie was the CGI. Oh God, what's Bridget? Oh, Bridget's sending me pictures of Scooby-Doo. Yeah, I mean, in a cartoon...
Weird-ass cartoon,
I mean...
characters.
Yes, it is. And they have very iconic outfits. So Scooby's best friend is Shaggy. I don't know his last name. Shaggy, you would think, is smoking a doobie every day. Yeah. But we don't see him do that. And him and Scooby are best friends and they like to eat food. And that's kind of... Oh, and they're scared. They're scaredy cats. And you're that's silly. And Shaggy, talks like this. And he's played by Matthew Lillard, which is an amazing casting.
I actually thought that was one of the only things that saved the movie.
It was Matthew. He always saves the movie. We love to see him. Oh, yes. And then we have the others. We have Fred, who is just the other man who isn't smoking a doobie. And I guess he's supposed to be the hot guy, with quotation marks. He wears an ascot. Don't get it twisted. He
Don't get it twisted.
Don't twist it, please. He comes off like, I'm the leader, and I don't know. That kind of is how it is in the show, I guess, but he's like, doesn't really contribute anything else. He's just the one that tells everyone that they should split up. And
He
they're all like,
mansplains.
he really does. And one thing this movie did right is that they knew to call out some of the stereotypes of some of these characters. So that was like another little positive we got. He is played by Freddie Prinze Jr. Damn! This bitch is blonde. Okay? Did he dye his hair? Then we have Daphne. Daphne is the, she's the female Fred, where she's good looking. She's a lady. I feel like she doesn't have any other character traits in the cartoon. And then what the movie makes fun of is that she always gets, kidnapped, and then they have to save her. And I guess that was part of the show. I don't remember that as much, but that's what we got going on in this movie. And she is played by Sarah Michelle Gellar. We have a little I Know What You Did Last Summer reunion. I'm afraid, but no one dies. Okay. And then last but not least, we have Velma. Velma's the fucking nerd, you guys. Velma's a bowl cut. Velma's glasses. Velma's a turtleneck. She's Mormon coded, but she's not. Velma basically does all the work and solves all the crimes, and that's it. But she's the nerd that no one wants to make out with. You're like, okay, what? And that's them, and they're all friends.
How old are they supposed to be?
Well, in this movie, I would say in their 20s, but in the cartoon, they're teens.
Okay.
I don't know. So the way that this movie works is in the beginning, it kind of is it's just like the cartoon. They're solving a mystery, tee-hee, and all the mysteries they solve are spooky things, but the spooky things always turn out to be real life people in masks, and that's crazy. And so you're like, that's cool. I guess I've seen that before. Except they all get pissed at each other, and then they have a public breakup. And it's the first 5 minutes of the movie. And then they're all like, fuck you guys, we're done being friends. And you're like, how is this gonna be a movie? Oh my God. But it's fine because then 2 minutes later, they all get back together.
After 2 years.
Yes, there's a time jump. 5-minute breakup, 2 minutes later, back together, but also 2 years. Yeah, so they all get together because they all get invited separately by a guy who owns, it's called Spooky Island. I just felt like we could have been a little more creative with our names, but
anything,
any other adjective, perhaps. But it's Spooky Island, and the guy's like, something weird's going on. All the college kids come here for their spring break, which we'll talk about that. Lots of questions. Questions about that. He's like, they come here, they're all happy, and then they're leaving, and they seem like they're robots, and it's crazy. So basically, a lot of shit happens where they're like, we gotta solve the mystery, but they don't work together right away, and then eventually they work together, and there are CGI monsters, and it's trash. And then there's also cults. There's also almost not an exorcism, but taking your soul.
Yeah.
CGI monsters. There is cult leaders. There's voodoo, and then they also villainize Scrappy Doo.
And there's robot.
Oh, there's a robot. Yeah. And I want to say, and then in the end, and I guess I can, because what? And then in the end, we're all friends and nobody's dead. And the bad guy who's a puppy that we should love and adore and train better gets arrested.
Because he's trying to kill humanity.
Mr. Bean's there too, also, guys. So, are you still with me?
I want you all to know the commitment we have to this podcast. Which is watching that for you. So we love you. This was rough for me.
It was, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I know I recommended it, but then afterwards I was like, wait, Katie, what have you done?
I was annoyed.
Have you done it this time, Katie?
I was annoyed. But I also went in open-minded thinking, okay, well, what do I not know? And I was quickly reminded this was rough. Yeah. It was rough because you could tell they didn't acting like a cartoon, but not with the actual animation is weird.
Yeah, that's all all the CGI stuff. I felt that way. I was like, oh, this would have been better as a cartoon.
It would have been way better as a cartoon.
Yeah.
And I think about like Jim Carrey in The Mask, how he had to like be like a cartoon around every other, non-animated person, whatever. And it made sense because nobody else was doing it. But in this show, they all were acting like Jim Carrey in The Mask, and it was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot.
There were performances.
Hey, fun facts, though.
Hey!
Freddie Prinze Jr. and Michelle Gellar got married in 2002.
Oh my God!
Maybe they trauma bonded from this film.
Probably.
Also,
wow.
I gotta get it out early.
Please
okay?
do.
I gotta get it out.
Here we go.
Isla Fisher.
Oh, yeah!
As a blonde is absolutely horrendous.
It's crazy.
I had no idea blonde hair could make someone look like an entirely different person when they look exactly like themselves. But the blonde hair, I literally was like, who is that? I kept being like, I can't believe that's Isla Fisher.
It pisses me off, too, because I'm like, she dyed her hair for this movie.
Yes!
Like, somebody was like, to be in this movie, to be in 2002 Scooby-Doo, you need to be blonde to play that character. I was like, no, she fucking don't. Like, she's so good looking. That's all you cared about. Like, what?
Also, we have Pam Anderson.
Oh, girl. Hey.
Different vibe.
There she
we
is.
Have Sugar Ray, that's also an evil villain.
I mean, how much money do you think he got paid?
What the fuck is happening?
Does he get residuals from this movie? Mainly only from us watching this movie, because I can't imagine a lot of people are watching it like us. Yeah.
And I agree with, you said this last time, but Linda Cardellini was a weird choice.
It's a decision. It sure is.
Because, like, she's a good actor, and this was, like, so bad.
Well, it's just like, I don't know. I'm like, are you trying to tell me people don't think Linda Cardellini as Velma is, like, hot? Because, like, we can see what a person looks like when they're wearing a turtleneck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm confused by the choices. And what I'm also confused about is why...
Okay. Here's the thing.
Why?
When we first meet everybody, they're in a factory chasing a ghost, and the ghost has Daphne and that. And I'm like, that's not a ghost. That's like a person. And what do we mean by ghost? And then they try to come up with this plan, and it's like, well, the plan's not working. I'm slipping on oil, me and Shaggy.
Yep.
And I was just like, oh, this is the tone? Like, you didn't warm me. I didn't stretch. This is it? And then when they find the guy, they're like, that's not a ghost. It's a man in an inflatable suit. And I thought, okay.
Old Man Smithers!
Old Man Smithers.
That was his name.
And I thought, okay. Like, that was just like kind of getting into it. And then fucking Pam Anderson shows up. And I thought, get out of here. What's happening?
Was she married to Tommy Lee at this point? No.
I think
maybe.
I think so. Well,
oh my God, Pam. Cry for help in other ways. Jesus. Well, you don't have to be in Scooby-Doo, girl.
Can I tell you, she writes beautiful poetry now,
Oh,
which I highly recommend.
I saw her documentary.
Oh my God, I highly recommend getting on her listserv. It's like beautiful, these emails. I'm just going to say, she's done a 180. But I just thought, why do we have Pam Anderson? Like, is that like a hot girl play in 2002? And the premise was, Old Man Smithers was mad that Pam Anderson didn't go on a date with her. Or him. I was like, what is this movie?
I mean, we all know
What's
that
happening?
In real life, what would happen is someone would attempt to, like, kidnap and or murder her for not going on a date and not dress up in a silly costume and fuck around with teenagers. Because, like, what? That was what I was trying to say before, and my brain literally short-circuited. This movie should not have been made in the early 2000s because it has some potential, none of which is Pam Anderson appearing for no reason and or terrible CGI and Sugar Ray.
Yes.
And even, I mean, like, I know it was part of the plot was, like, some of the, like, slang and shit that they used, but I was like, well, that's also, like, part of the times. So, like, if someone made a Scooby-Doo now, they wouldn't have that in here. It wouldn't be like that. Guys.
And as we know, your opinion on Barbie being an original screenplay.
It fucking was.
And not adapted.
Don't get it twisted.
They could have added some originality, because one of the things I didn't understand is, like, how are y'all friends that got together to solve mysteries? Because I don't know how this fits.
Yeah.
Hence why they break up in, like, 3 seconds of the movie.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, like, I don't know.
The movie heavily relies on the audience knowing who Scooby-Doo is and, like, what's happening. Because if you don't know that, you're kind of like, okay, is this, like, weird? Is this silly? Who are these people? And then, yeah, they're literally like, I quit. And, like, Velma's like, I fucking quit. And then they're all like, well, me too. And then Shaggy is the only one that's like, hi, I am, the Sam to the Frodo. I'm the heart. I'm Chunk from the Goonies.
He is, yes.
It's me. Hello.
Yes.
Hi. We got to stick together. And they're all like, fuck off, Shaggy. And then they all just walk away. And I was like, does Shaggy get the van? Because that's a sweet deal.
He gets the van.
He gets the van.
Okay, let's talk about this 2-year glow up.
Yes.
Daphne becomes a black belt.
I love that character development.
And when she had that insane fight scene, I was like, okay, movie, this is funny. You like made this funny.
Yes.
Freddie Prinze Jr. just wrote a book about himself and continued to be like arrogant egomaniac.
Not character development.
And then Linda Cardellini goes to NASA to like create defense weapons.
Linda.
I was like, you sold your soul?
She did sell her soul, Velma, damn.
And then meanwhile, the clear winner is Shaggy, chilling with fucking Scooby-Doo, smoking blunts by the beach, and just eating in their free van.
They are. Yeah, they live in their van, they eat in their van, they move around in their van. I don't know how we get income. I have
no idea.
Maybe someone has a lawsuit going on and they just getting some payout. Who knows?
Actually, Shaggy would definitely be the person that
like to get hit by a car.
Got hit by a car.
Well,
absolutely.
This is our funding. Yeah.
It's very like Better Call Saul now that I'm thinking about it.
Well, and like, again, they break up and you're like, I guess I'm sad. And then immediately it's like, anyway, we're all at an airport because we're all going to Spooky Island because they were prompted by, if you come to this island and solve the mystery for the owner of the island, you'll get $10,000. Feels like a low amount, if I'm being honest, for the shit 2000. That we experience. Well, this is very, I guess, like, fucking Austin Powers, who's like, $1 million. And everyone's like, okay, sure.
Like, sir, actually $1 million due to inflation is not that high. So here's the thing. I'm like, okay, fine. We meet back up. We're going to Spooky Island. Fine. Why, in God's name, does frickin' Scooby-Doo
dress up like a grandma?
Dress up like Mars Attack grandma?
Oh, he was a Mars Attack!
What? That CGI was so bad.
Girls. Yes. I thought we're cross-dressing. He's a boy dog, and someone in the airport like cat calls the grandma dog. What? Again, the evidence that 2002 was not the correct year for this is mounting, because that would not be in the 2024 version. Nobody's catcalling. They would be like, ah! Like, they would scream in terror. Yeah, I don't know. It was just, there were so many scenes, mainly with Scooby, unfortunately, where the humor was like, oh, this is for, like, the 4-year-olds watching the movie. That's for the kids. There were some jokes, like, not at all for the kids. And you're like, this is a weird range. This might be a good time for me to mention one of the writers of this movie is now a very famous writer, director, producer. He's like just basically been handed all of like the DC comic movies and all this shit.
Wow.
His name is James Gunn. He's a very famous director. He did all of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and he wrote them, and they're, like, funny, so you could kind of tell, like, okay, got, like, similar vibe, but, you know, this 2002, guys.
Horrible.
Not great, yeah.
Not great, and just, it was so over the top. I was just like, why am I watching Scooby drag? And then Isla Fisher shows up with blonde hair, and I'm thrown for at least 30 minutes.
Wait.
And then Isla and Shaggy have like a, love connection, but Isla's allergic to dogs, and so were on the biggest plane known to man.
There was a bar. Like, I walk up to
That-
the bar, there's a bartender standing there. I'm sorry. What
That-
the fuck?
plane. It's the Suburbans of planes. I have no idea what airline.
Yeah,
this
what
is,
airline
but
is
it's
that?
Big,
I'd like to fly.
fat motherfucker airplane.
People
okay.
just seat switching like it's no tomorrow. I'm surprised no one was smoking a doobie on the plane.
Honestly, they could have. They could have.
Also, do you know what Isla Fisher's character's name was?
Mary Jane. That's his favorite name. We get it. You smoke weed, bro. Oh, Shaggy's last name is Rogers.
Oh!
Didn't see that one coming.
Wait, isn't that Fred's last name?
His is Jones.
Oh. Oh, Fred Rogers is Mr. Rogers from The Children. I'm so sorry. Okay. Everything's blending together. Oh god, did I smoke a doobie on the plane?
Okay, you did, and then we're on Spooky Island.
Spooky Island. Okay,
who
wait.
do we see?
Wait.
Oh.
I just want to say.
Oh, okay.
I would pay money to go to Spooky Island.
I know you would.
Okay,
I know you would.
Okay.
But
sorry,
would you do it in the spring? That's
no.
weird.
Yeah.
Why are you being spooky in the spring?
I mean, it is an island, though. So, isn't it always spring or summertime?
But why are they going on their spring break and not, like, on theme?
Yes. Okay, yes, I do want to talk about that, because who the fuck? Like, unless Spooky Island has, like, a Groupon that's, like, it's $4 for a week stay, all-inclusive. I don't give a fuck how many people in your room. Like, there's no way all these kids are rolling up, and this is the destination. Like, are we even in the U.S.? I don't know. What are the laws here?
I mean, it used to be Cancun and Spooky Islands. Wow. I don't know.
There's a lot
I don't know. I mean, the hills taught me it was Cabo. I don't know.
The hills?
Keen.
Fuck it. If Lauren Conrad showed up at Spooky Island, I swear to God, that bitch would have solved this mystery sooner.
Honestly, in 2002, it would have been more realistic than Pam Anderson.
I'm amazed they all weren't in this movie, now that you say that. Imagine fucking
Spencer
on Spooky Island. He would have fit right in.
I cannot
He'd
stop
be like,
watching.
I found a crystal in the mountain, guys.
I cannot
Let's
stop
pray to
watching his Instagram.
No!
He's so absurd.
Oh, God.
They're so funny.
Oh my God.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Okay.
Mr. Bean comes out and
Mr.
Bean. He's like, yo, welcome to my island. And he's like, something whack is happening.
Crazy.
He's like, look at these kooky kids when they come off the plane. Looking normal. Remember Mary Jane? But then, look as they leave, and they're all these mean zombies. And essentially those weird-ass monsters, like, steal the bodies of kids to go steal, like, body snatchers across the world?
Yes, and I didn't realize ever in my life until this watch that it was, like, sending them out into the world. And by the world, we mean probably just affluent college areas like, California and Texas, all the, like, the Big Ten schools.
Definitely.
Yeah, I didn't get that. I thought it was just like we're on the island, but
no.
Yeah.
And that's why they're like, we did it. I'm like, did you? Because half of the monsters are in freaking,
are we fact checking that
they're at Michigan?
They're all dead. Yeah, what if it's nighttime where they're at? Like, we don't fucking know. Yeah, it is weird, and Mr. Bean is weird. I would love, like, a deep dive on why he auditioned for this movie, why he got the role, what's happening, all the questions. So if anyone has that, direct it to us. I'd like to see that video.
I think now is the time.
Is it?
What horoscope sign is Mr. Bean?
Mr. Bean? Listen, I would pick,
I know what it is. What are you going to pick?
Is it? I feel like
it's not what you think.
Is it an earth sign?
It is.
Yeah. Is he a Taurus?
No.
Oh, fuck. What are the other earth signs?
I'm going to put you out your misery.
Scorpio?
He's a Capricorn.
Oh, he's a Capricorn.
I kind of thought he's a little more wackier. I thought I'd get like a wackier vibe, but no. Yeah. So I don't know. I think maybe he owed money.
Hopefully, because once we meet Mr. Bean, you think to yourself, all right, we're going to get a little, like, tour of the island. They're going to, like, have more talking together. No, Bridge. We immediately jump into each character on their own begins investigating the mystery, and you don't know what's happening. It's like nighttime. It was just daytime, and then it's nighttime. And Velma's at a weird, like, after dinner show that they're taking their part-time jobs way too seriously. They are part of a cult. We find out later, but I didn't know that at the time. So I was like, guys, it's just like Six Flags. It's like a Six Flags stunt show.
I did think of Six Flags.
I mean, this gave me Six Flags vibes, where I was like, that's why I would go there. And then Daphne, this is the fucking funniest part. Daphne is like wandering on a beach alone at night, and she busts into a man's home and he's about to stab
voodoo.
a chicken. Yeah, he's like, I'm doing voodoo. What's going on? And she's like, what's going on in the island? But I just want to point out, spoiler alert, this man knows exactly what's going on in this island. He knows about the monsters. He knows about the cult. He knows about the bullshit. He doesn't tell Daphne anything. He just says, I don't know. Don't go in that spooky castle. And Bridge, I'm so sorry to do this, but I kind of thought of you in this moment, because I was like, would this be Bridget? Where she was like, you want me to go in there because of this. And then she's like, or maybe you thought I would think the opposite, and that I wouldn't go in there, but then I am going to go in there. And I was like, oh, I could see that being something happening. Yep. And the guy's like, what? And then she just goes in there.
I mean, she went to ultimately the right place.
She did.
But it was kind of rough because, I don't know. And we only see him again at the end of the movie to learn he did know everything.
Where he literally goes, I'm doing a ritual so none of those monsters get me.
Guys.
And their, take over the world plan. I was like,
sir. Information, sir.
The movie could have ended sooner, sir.
Please. Why did you do this to us? I had to see Sugar Ray as an evil person.
It's just not good.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
Obviously, we know Linda Cardellini's the smart one. So when Linda Cardellini goes off on her own, she right away is like, I'm not buying this. There's holograms here. Boo. And they all somehow still end up at the castle. Now, who's having the best time? Scooby and Shaggy.
They are.
Why are they having the best time? They're just going after food.
They are.
But we learned that Scooby, in the beginning, got a prank phone call about hamburgers. Because a monster wanted to get him. And I didn't learn until the end of the movie why that monster wanted specifically Scooby. But when he did that and saw the monster and was a scaredy cat, I thought of the Independence Day cockroach monster.
Oh, you mean Men in Black?
Sorry, Men in Black.
Oh,
cockroach monster. If you look at the
they
two,
kind of look alike. Yeah.
And then I
right.
thought, what the fuck is happening in this movie? I thought we were getting hamburgers. Now there's a monster. I'm thinking of Men in Black.
Oh,
what's happening?
The Men in Black cockroach monster mixed with like the evil bunny guy from Donnie Darko.
Yes,
like
that's exactly it.
Because these just looked like big purple bunnies.
It was weird.
I don't know about
it. Was weird.
And then Scooby's like, "Hey guys, I saw that," and they're all like, "Shut the fuck up." We're going in this abandoned haunted house attraction. And I was like, damn, listen to dogs. Believe dogs.
And mice.
Tell secrets.
And
believe
women.
mice and women. Yes. Yeah. So when we're in this haunted house, it's like a broken down, abandoned something. This is the biggest indoor haunted house ride that's ever existed. There's like 80 rooms.
It's so cool.
Everything's out to kill you. Which, I'm scared.
It's so well done. Why is it out of commission?
That's what I was
unbelievably well done.
Like, is this like an insurance fraud scheme? Like, what are we doing? Because this looks up and ready to go. I
don't know. They overshot, and it's just killing their profit. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, they were using that as their undercover. Oh, here we go. Brainwashing location? Is that right?
I don't think it was brainwashing. I think when the monsters took over the body as body snatchers, they would send the monsters into the haunted house to say, here's how you act like a person.
But then who watches that video?
The monsters that are like the people. So they act like people.
Oh. The tape was brainwashing the monsters?
Yeah.
Oh my
not
God.
brainwashing them, but like getting them to hide into society by knowing how to act.
Wait, I'm embarrassed. I didn't know that. I thought it was that makes so much more sense though, because why would they make the college kids talk like fucking idiots just so a monster takes over? Oh my God. That's why there were only 5 seats in the room. Everything's coming together. Oh my God, Bridge. You're the Scully to my Fox Mulder. Have I ever told you that? Oh
Just
my
call
God.
me Fred.
You're Velma.
I'm
Clearly.
Velma.
I'm
Wow.
fucking Fred in this scenario. Jesus. Wow. Okay. Well, there's not brainwashing. So I lovingly called it. There's some social skills videos that are not peer reviewed because I don't think they're backed by science.
Definitely not peer reviewed.
Basically, there's a lot of hootenanny shenanigans. The gang, they're like, we're gonna get attacked and die, and they don't, and they all just find this like brainwashing stuff. But the big thing that they find, and Daphne finds it, is this looks like the fucking Hellraiser puzzle. People, don't touch it. Thank you, good night. Daphne touches it, and this is called the Damon-ritis.
I got a little Indiana Jones vibe.
Oh, wait, no, you're right. That's very Indiana Jones.
But what
Some
is
booby traps.
Damien writing? I don't. They said that word a lot in my brain.
Demon writing is.
Oh God,
That's not it. I just am making shit up. But
okay.
You know, like
but
I
it's
thought
like
of
this
demons.
it's like this little gold pyramid that opens up and has special writing, and Velma's like, "I'll figure this shit out." Okay,
And she fucking does too. I was like, Jesus, Velma. Get it
I don't.
together.
Why is Velma hanging out with these guys? She could be CIA top talent.
I feel like she is already, and she just. I don't know.
It's not
what's
getting
going
paid for
She's
it.
just
I mean, her pension could be
lonely.
starting today.
Girl, retire early. Jesus. Yeah, because once they leave that building and the bad guys know that they were all in that building and found out all that shit and took the little demonitis or whatever, the bullshit, Velma, to go figure out what this is, homegirl does not go to a secluded area. She doesn't go to her room.
No.
She doesn't go to the woods. She doesn't go under a blankie. She goes in the public bar in the light, and
Yes.
everybody can see it. And
Yes.
she's like, this makes sense to do, you guys.
This guy, when
wrong.
she like got that weird crush dude that started talking to her, I kept thinking,
The
"Whoa,
goatee.
that's a monster
That's
about
a
to
bad
steal
guy.
the pyramid."
Yo.
And no, he just had a crush on her.
Yep.
Okay, this movie was
It's
so out of control, absurd.
It fucking was.
But then when you're like, oh, scary build up, there's the monsters, when are we going to see them? Because they hid with Scooby, so we don't even know. And then they just roll up and just start devouring people.
Explode through the wall, which I kind of laughed at because Fred's like, there's no monsters. And I was like, why is Fred making a weird speech? And I was like, oh, it's because a monster is going to jump through. LOL screenwriting. And the people who make it out are Velma.
Yep.
Shaggy.
Daphne.
Scooby. Oh, I thought Daphne got captured.
Daphne, like, got away for a bit and then eventually got oh, no, you're right. She did get captured. Daphne and Fred get captured.
But then Scooby, Shaggy, Velma, and Isla Fisher, Mary Jane, they don't get captured. And they start to see, like, all the monsters are pulling these people into, like, some creepy little underground place. They get locked out, so they're like, well, all we can do is sleep on this beach. Good night.
That's it. That's
Then
all
they
we
go
can do.
And this is where Sugar Ray comes in, Bridge, immediately. It's morning. You wake up. You're just trying to find a coffee, not get possessed by a monster, and
Just
Sugar Ray's
want
there.
that.
And he's scary. He has scary green eyes. And like, Sugar Ray, what are you doing? MTV is not here to film you, sir.
He was in so many random movies.
Yeah.
Who did this man know? I don't know. Are we gonna have Mark McGrath, like, tell all? I mean, they're all coming out, okay?
And, like,
Diddy, they're all coming out.
Oh God! Well, did you ever watch the real not the Real World, but it was like the celebrity version of the Real World. Because like he was
No.
on that.
Oh my God, he's on everything.
I know! And I was like, that was definitely like early to mid 2000s. So like, what are we doing, Mark?
I don't know. When's his birthday? Okay.
Oh, he's definitely a Scorpio.
I'm just kidding.
All right, so they figure out like, oh shit, the monsters are people. People are monsters. Green eyeballs. And you're like, oh dear. And then all the people start trying to attack Shaggy, Scooby, and Isla. Something happens to Velma. Where the fuck is Velma?
She's still working out this pyramid shit, and then everyone's trying to steal the pyramid, and then she's running to get the pyramid back, and I don't know.
She does get taken, like, possessed, because basically what ends up happening is there is, okay, I can't even tell you how we get here now. I'm trying to look at my notes, and Jesus, I literally wrote a note, Bridge. Believe dogs, believe mice, believe women. It's right here.
Listen, for those that don't know what that means, go back to our The Witches episode. You'll know what it means. Believe mice.
Believe it. Like Shaggy and Scooby get in a little fight. Scooby and Shaggy get separated, something. Isla Fisher's evil, goodbye. And then
because Shaggy wouldn't believe Scooby.
Because that's where you believe dogs, believe mice, believe women.
Isla is evil.
She fucking is. And he was like, Raggy, Ruru. And Shaggy had a boner. It's gross. You know, that's not for the kids, right?
So
but
gross.
then Scooby farts and you're like, now it's back to kids.
So
but Bridget, Shaggy finds, this is a moment in the movie where I was like, oh boy, speaking of doobies, who thought this up, James Gunn? There is a giant vat of floating heads.
They called them plasmas.
It was like protoplasm
protoplasm.
Something. They're just floating heads. So Shaggy picks up a head, and the head can talk, and then he just
whips it into the air.
It was Velma. She's like, hey, I already figured everything out. I'm a floating head. Let me go. I'll go find my body. It's all good. Let's, like, free the people. Go team. So he frees Velma, and then he goes to find Fred and Daphne, and he finds some random man, and the man's like, oh, thank you so much for saving me. And Shaggy goes, sorry, I'm looking for my friends. And then he puts the head back in. What?
And then these freaking heads needed GPS because they somehow ended up in different bodies.
Okay,
and then we're making jokes about the other people in different bodies, and it was kind of funny, but it was also kind of weird, but I also thought, is this just like an acting exercise? You know, this is what I imagine acting classes like.
I think it was. Like, they're like, you guys remember improv? Let's do that for the whole scene.
And then they get their bodies back.
Yes.
And then they're like, let's kick some butt. Let's come up with a plan together. Because we're better together. Do. Commercial break.
Well, and then, and Scooby is still missing. I think at this point, Scooby was, like, taken to Mr. Bean.
Well, because they were like, Scooby, you want some food? And Scooby, you want this? And he's like,
okay.
Great. And then they're like, we need you to be a sacrifice. And he's like, sounds great. Love it. More food. Yum, yum, yum.
Why doesn't Scooby know what a sacrifice is?
I thought about that.
He's a pretty intelligent dog otherwise. Like, I was a little disappointed in his vocab skills.
Dogs talk that way and hang with humans. So
yeah,
here we are, but they're like, okay, we got mountain climbing equipment. We have a high stakes plan.
High elements, head belaying.
There's people on the ground.
Six Flags stunt show.
There's a Six Flags stunt show. We're gonna fly in.
Zipline course.
And we learn their weakness, because every monster's has a weakness, which is light.
The sunlight. So once they like are ejected from the human bodies, if it's the daytime and they get sunlight, they explode. And you're like,
so technically they're vampires?
Well, maybe. I don't know. I don't fucking know, because there's just so many questions.
So all the zombie college kids show up, and of course their plan goes to shit, and like everyone's found them, and they can't get away with it. And then you're just thinking, okay, so Mr. Bean's the evil dude, and all those weird, creepy, Six Flags stunt people are weird and creepy too.
It's a lot of those.
There's the vat again of heads, and
the vat of heads.
And then what I did not expect was learning
The
that
synchronized
all of
dancing?
this- well, that, but then
Oh.
learning all of this was Scrappy Doo's evil plot because he got kicked out of the team.
Okay.
What?
Okay. I think we need to
Why?
write like a think piece
Free
on like
Scrappy Doo.
justice for Scrappy Doo because he's a fucking puppy. Like that's equivalent to being like, wow, the 3-year-old is annoying. And like fuck them. And you're like, hey, wait a sec. There is a part of the movie where Velma like tells the backstory, and this is a moment where you're like, wow, that's really random and derails the movie, and I don't really understand why you're introducing a character we haven't seen at all, for no reason, just to be like, that person was annoying.
You
never
mentioned
mind.
them.
Yeah, oh, never mind. Now I know why, because there they are. They're in Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean's a robot.
This is the Men in Black reference again. He's a little robot in
Oh my
another
God.
body. And
Wait.
he's like controlling him.
When was Men in Black?
Men in Black was
late,
earlier than
late
2000.
90s though? Oh,
Yeah.
it was 2000s?
1997.
Okay.
I mean, they robbed it.
Wait, you're like so right with this whole thing.
Right?
Yeah, you really are. You really fucking are. I love this conspiracy theory. Write it on Reddit. Bridge, I mean, there is a synchronized dance, though. I know we're already at Scrappy,
sorry,
but
we'll go back to that.
there
We'll go
is
back
a
to
synchronized dance flash mob, and
I didn't realize monsters love to dance in caves like that.
don't really, like the dancing didn't really seem to have any relevance for our
Anything.
ceremony that's not a ceremony.
It's basically just you take that pyramid thing, and then you take all the souls you killed, and then it makes Scrappy Doo a big dog.
It sucks the souls into Scrappy Doo, and then he something.
He just becomes big.
Yes, he does.
And then because
But wait, why though? Why is he
I
big?
don't know.
What is he? Oh. And
then
also, were the monsters like, yeah, let's
Yo,
work together? Like,
This
why?
no, they were just listening to him
What's
because
the origin story? Okay.
This is very much when Dorian got the mask. Everybody was
Oh.
we know that guy was leading, but like, and then, just when you're thinking, okay, I guess it's bad, he like very easily dies, and then they defeat him very quickly.
Yes! Yeah, because like Fred and Velma get captured, Shaggy is like, I gotta save my dog! And he like punches someone, and I was like,
Yes.
okay, Bridge,
Love Shaggy for that.
I'm gonna say it.
Okay, let's do it.
I watched this movie with Bear snuggling against me, and I got a little emotional because I was like, if anyone fucking tried to sacrifice my dog, I swear to fucking God.
Dog.
I swear to fucking God.
I would take him out.
Take your protoplasmic head and I'd fucking throw it into the vat and kick it over. Oh my God. It's emotional. Shaggy loves Scooby and he's like, you're my best friend in the whole wide world. Let's like get the fuck out of here. Go team. And then meanwhile, Daphne is like basically the only one still doing the original plan, which is
so hard.
She's black belting against like a Mexican wrestler on the roof or some bullshit.
She is doing like Uma Thurman level
my
stunts
God, yes,
via Kill Bill,
she's just
and
flying around.
Finally defeats him, and then I don't know, she saves the day.
She does. I was like, so Daphne's the hero of the movie because what?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess Scrappy Doo becomes small again, and then all the college kids get their souls back, and then police boats come and they arrest a puppy. And nobody has questions about that at all. And that's and then the real Mr. Bean was in like a hole in the ground. And he emerges with a beard. Wait, Bridge,
what did he owe? Did he owe back taxes? Like, why is he doing these films?
Wait, do you think that Mr. Bean we saw at the end of the movie was actually the real Mr. Bean, not acting? And he was like, they literally locked me down here. I just appeared. I don't know why. My God, is that a robot of my likeness? Yeah.
This is how AI takes over. I'm calling it 2002. Oh my God.
If AI takes over, I will do a synchronized dance and free the protoplasmic heads. All right? I will do it. I'll do it. Wow.
Can we do it?
I mean, somehow that's the end. Bridge.
Do not watch this movie. Don't watch it.
Don't
watch it, Katie. Would you tell people to watch this?
It's an experience.
Scooby-Doo, stay to the cartoon.
It's an experience, and I just don't know what age this movie was made for.
No idea.
It's not for the college kids going on spring break, I'll tell you that right now. It's not for me. It's not for the 5-year-olds at all times. Maybe it's for an AI computer to enjoy on its own.
Those groovy monsters in Spooky
Oh
Island.
God, they're so groovy. Wow. Yeah.
We did it.
We did it. It's
just
checked.
when you see it or someone suggests it, just say, I listened to this podcast. No.
Like, I think
No,
I
moving on.
understand based on the beautiful explanation. Yeah.
I've been waiting for this all night.
Okay.
I'm going for it with this pick.
Oh my God.
I'm on the fence though between a couple, and I'm going to explain to you the levels of the difference. Okay. So I have one that's intense. Okay. We're talking horror.
Like, okay. Have I
like
seen it?
Horror. Oh yeah. Horror, and intense.
Okay.
And then we have one that is horror, but it's like, a little less intense, but still is there, you know? And then we have another one that is still horror, but is like older, or not as old, but it's like the thing that's scary is not as believable, so it's not like that scary, so you have like basically those are the levels. You have like super horror, and I'll hold your hand and we could do it. You have like next level that's like a little horror, but like it's not super horror. And then you have the third one that's kind of like, it's still horror, but it's like kind of different,
Can you
because
give
you're
me...
not afraid of the thing that's scary in the third one.
Okay.
Do you want years?
Yeah, I want years.
Okay, the first super scary one is 1974.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. The second one is 1994.
Oh.
And the third one is 1983.
Oh my God.
What are you going to do with that?
Okay, I actually feel like I know what the 70s ones is, and it kind of, like, if I'm right, it's, like, scary, so I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Surprisingly. So I want to...
Surprisingly.
That one's out.
All right.
Snip that one. So now it's the other two. So it's 90s and 80s, and the 90s is a little more horror than the 80s.
I mean...
Were they, like, similar?
I guess they're kind of similar, but the 80s one, like I said, it's not like you're afraid of the thing.
Have you seen both movies?
I think I've seen only one, but I want to, if we watch the other one, it might come back to me. Like maybe I saw it in high school.
Okay. I want to do the 90s.
All right.
Okay.
All right. This is 1994, as I mentioned.
Woo!
Okay. We have a star-packed cast.
Oh.
We have Brad Pitt. We have Tom Cruise.
Oh my God! Is it...
What?
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Is it Interview with a Vampire?
It is!
Oh my God, and Kristen Dunst.
Little baby Kristen Dunst. I think this is like scary.
It is a little... It's a little spoops.
But I know it's not like super scary,
No, it's not. Oh.
We've moved from witches to vampires.
We haven't done any vampire movies yet.
Now it's the time. Get those fangs out. Let's do it.
Oh my God. Okay, I can't remember a damn thing about that movie, but I do know
we have Christian Slater too.
Oh, thank God you're here. Damn. I do know that they made a show of this story. There's a show on AMC, I think.
Oh wow!
And it just had a second season. Yeah, because isn't Interview with a Vampire is a book by Anne Rice.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like they adapted that. But ooh, good pick, Bridge.
Thank you.
I don't know any quotes of it off the top of my head, but I'm excited.
I don't know any. I just know that you always talk about these celebrities being vampires. Maybe they actually are, and we just have to see their origin stories.
Okay, that's definitely for Tom Cruise, guys.
Wait, can I tell you? I was getting my freaking hair done yesterday, and somebody started talking about Tom Cruise. I think that's what made me think of this, and I made a joke like you, and I was like, yo, he's definitely a vampire. Like, he looks the same, blah, blah, blah. And my hairdresser, he's like from Greece. He did not know what the fuck I was saying.
He didn't know what a vampire was?
No, he knew what a vampire was, but he didn't get the, like, joke that... So then I had to explain the joke of what it meant to say, like, oh, that celebrity's a vampire, ha ha ha, and it just really ruined the joke.
I wish you doubled down and was like, you didn't see the article of him sucking someone's blood?
I should have pulled a grandma from the witches and doubled down on it.
Radical acceptance. Yep. Oh my god. Oh boy. Well, listen, Bridge.
Yeah.
I just want to say, if you were like, Kitty, it's spring break. I found a Groupon. It's a great deal. It's right up your alley. It's called Spooky Island. It does have a 1 out of 5 stars. But, I don't know, what do you think? I would be like, Bridge, I absolutely want to go. But we're not going to mingle. We're not going to drink anything. Open container. Like, we're going to be on guard. And hopefully we'll team up with the voodoo guy and he'll, like, tell us the real talk. Because I love you. Yeah. And I don't want you to be a head floating in a vat with no body. Yeah. That's, wow. I don't want that for you.
That's really nice of you.
It's for you. Yep.
You know, Kate, we were asked to go to Spooky Island, and I knew that you enjoyed going, but then we got on the world's biggest plane.
Oh.
I would say, new plan, staying on the plane. Wherever it goes, that's where we're going.
Yes.
We're never leaving.
Yeah.
We're skipping this whole plot of Spooky Island.
Okay, excellent.
And we're just going to go travel on the biggest airplane we've ever seen. We're going to stretch out. I'm going to lay down.
Yeah.
I'm not paying extra for legroom.
No.
We're partying.
There's a bar I can walk up to.
We could watch all the movies we want.
Oh, my God.
I bet there's a home theater there.
That's a dream, honestly.
Right?
You could drink out of a coconut on the plane. Wow, I love that. Ugh. And listeners, if you also would fucking fly on that plane, damn. Because that ain't Spirit Airlines, tell you that.
That's not.
They can't fit a bar on there. No way. And if you think that, like, Spooky Island, it's fun, it's silly, we love a stunt show a la Six Flags, we don't love cults, brainwashing, monsters, bad CGI, vampires, body snatchers. We don't love that, you know? We don't. But somebody make a safe Spooky Island and I'll go. And if you think that, like, you know, Scooby-Doo, it's iconic. However, some things we should just remember and not touch. Don't touch it. Don't touch Scrappy Doo. Don't you fucking dare.
That's right.
Because he was one of our best dogs we ever had.
That's right.
And he wasn't a small dog. He was a very big dog, but...
Love that.
Leave him alone. Yeah, and if you think all that, you should write us a review.
Hey!
We love reviews. We love written reviews. You can review us on Apple Podcasts, along with some other podcasting apps. We also have a website, sisterswhoseenit.com. On our website, you can request a movie. There is a form you can fill out. Your request goes in a list, and we look at the list every now and then, and we will do it eventually. Unless it's Scooby-Doo 2. We probably will magically lose that request.
Nope, that request will go into the toilet.
Anything else, though, put it on there, and yeah, we will do it. And Bridge, what else can they do on our website?
Give us money.
Woo!
It will not go to Spooky Island. It will go to us. And then airplane ride.
Yes.
And you can also buy merchandise. So you could show the monsters, oh, look, I'm hip and cool. Don't body snatch me. And then you'll be safe. So you're welcome.
Yeah. Love that. So check all that out, listeners. And we hope to hear from you. All right. Well, we'll see you all next week for Interview with the Vampire.
Hey.
Right? I think that's it. Oh my God. Show up with fangs.
I love it. Let's go. It's spooky season. Get your fangs out.
Get them out. Get them out. Meet the Hollywood vampires.
1994. Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt. You don't even know.
They're the same. Oh my God. All right.
Vampires. Origin story. I love you.
Wow. I love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I love you.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in to Sisters Who've Seen It. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Check out our website at sisterswhoseenit.com, where you can email us, request movies to be reviewed, and keep up to date with all things sisters. Also, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. See you next week.